so Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. After an incredible performance, Lewis Hamilton secures the top spot in the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Often my go-to would be a driver who's managed to pull off an especially impressive feat during the race. However, in this instance, I was more impressed by Max Verstappen's solid, clean driving throughout the event.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes move to the top of the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
That does it from the Australian Grand Prix. As you can see, most of the cars finished fairly close together with their own teammates and whatnot. Something broke. I don't know, something broke. Well, I don't know if something broke or what, but we came out of the chicanes and the car just shot right, and we hit the barrier viciously. We're gonna walk away. Actually, we're gonna add a little bit of intrigue to the season. We're gonna say that we walked away with a 2-week injury. The leg got hurt, and we're out for the next 2 weeks. So just something that I wanted to do, just to make my season a little more intriguing, and obviously avoid 2 races that I despise in this scenario. So obviously we're not going to be sitting pretty with the team after this, because we're going to have to simulate.
Well, let's hope for a better race next time out, eh?
Looks like one of your rivals is also going to an upcoming historical event. If you choose to take him on, it might help get your name out there a bit.
So we're actually just going to handle all of this at once, and we'll get ready for the I think it was 3 week. We were gonna be back in 2 weeks, but make it a 3 week, just in time for the contract. So it'll prove to be an issue per se, but we'll move on and live with the issues that we're gonna have. But as far as I know, after that incident, we're just gonna say that my relationship with Williams has soured. I'm disappointed that we came back and the car is as evil as it is, and it's just not the same car. So we're just not in a happy place with Williams at the moment, especially after that. So obviously we're gonna just kind of skip things and skip to qualifying, and then jump to the race, and then simulate the race for 3 events, and that will put us at contract time, which is going to be an interesting moment, because as it stands right now, we haven't decided if we're really going to stick it out with Williams. I've been contemplating it. We're going to kind of leave it at a cliffhanger at that point, but yeah, I'm pissed with them after we have this car that for 3/4 of the season, we have the third or fourth best car. Or not third, about the fourth or fifth best car. And we come back and it's just evil. It's an evil, evil car. And it's just, I don't know. I don't understand how that happens, where we put in all that work to make the car better and it comes back worse. So I don't know where we're going to sit. I don't even know where we're going to race come Azerbaijan. We're going to take a look. But we'll see. I'm not going to make any comments on where I'm going. We're just going to leave it as a cliffhanger, and you guys can see it in episode 23, who we race as. But as of right now, and there is still the possibility that it will still be Williams. It really depends on what I can get contract-wise and what we're really looking at. So this is Bahrain. We're just going to simulate this, which is fine with me,
And
honestly.
now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Today's performance means Max Verstappen now owns the top spot in the Drivers' Championship.
somehow
After
we
an
still
incredible
finished
day of
20th, so
racing,
that actually
who was
works
your driver of
perfectly.
the day, Ant?
Well, it's
we
got
don't
to be
affect
Kevin
anybody
Magnussen.
else.
He displayed exceptional skill out on the track today and wasn't afraid to fight his way through the pack.
Let's move on to the constructors. Red Bull take over as championship leaders. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Obviously, we want to go to a team that somewhat is all right. We, like I said, I cannot confirm or deny where we're going. It's just a decision that I'm making with this so-called, in quotation marks, injury that we have received at the hands of this evil Williams car. Just want to get away, honestly. Not all that thrilled with
That's
the
very
team.
disappointing. I know you can do better than that. Take stock of what went wrong so you can get a better result next time.
And the other thing that this does is it does affect our ratings with other teams, which is kind of disappointing because we had it really, really high. But it is what it is doing this. So we do move forward, and we'll be ready for Spain, essentially. Just when we get to make our comeback. So coming back from a minor injury after a small setback, obviously, is not where you want to be, but it is what it is, and we can't really do anything about it. I honestly, what I should have done was went in and changed my driver name, but oh well. So going to be a little bit off number because of this as well. So that's issue that we'll work around later on, but yeah, we're not going to be qualifying at all. So that takes us to the qualifying session, and then we go to the race session. Actually takes longer to load all of this up than to do what we want to do. But yeah. It does suck sitting on the sidelines essentially for 3 races. That's basically what we're doing to ourselves, and effectively ending any chance that we have of really competing for anything. And the one, it sucks because it's a rain race, and we've been wanting a rain race, and we finally were gonna get it. And it's just not going to happen because of what we're doing right now. So it is what it is, and it's completely understandable for missing out on this in my mind. So while we are disappointed, we will continue on and carry on as we prepare to make our comeback for Spain. And so this will be the Chinese Grand Prix.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care.
Just one more to go, and it is, of course, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We are out with this one with, of course, a leg injury that we suffered in Australia. That is what we're going with as the backstory for the season and why we are having all this issues and whatnot. So, as you can see, we are losing reputation with other teams because of what we're doing, but honestly, it'll be alright. You can see our veteran continues to climb.
Commiserations on that result. It's been a tough weekend. Looks like one of your rivals is also going to an upcoming...
So we're on to Azerbaijan, which missing this race for us is another huge disappointment, because when we ran this race a season ago, we managed to get a surprise podium with a car that definitely didn't belong where we put it. So to miss this race and know that we would have probably had a chance to do something similar again is going to hurt, but obviously is a necessary evil, as we're keeping to the storyline, and this is what we've got going on. That injury at, or that crash at Australia, which it didn't show, but it was certainly one of the more vicious things that I've seen, and it absolutely could have ended up with somebody getting injured. So I definitely don't disagree with my decision at all to imitate that it was in fact an injury. We're on to the race, and alright, and this is it.
Let's see how the driver standings have changed. Our championship leader is still sat at the top of the standings, but their rivals have made up some solid ground today. Now, let's discuss, Ants. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I'll probably go for Pierre Gasly. The team did a good job with the strategy to put him in amongst the pack, but it's the driver's job to capitalise on those opportunities, and he did so with a lot of skill.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull pull further ahead in the standings. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
We're not going to go to any one of the top 4 teams. I'm not leaving Haas or I'm not saying that Haas or Renault are off the table. They are on the table. It's going to be one of those 6 teams. Which, again, does include Williams. So...
What on earth was that performance? Come on, this isn't bumper cars at the fairground. Your results and conduct here matter, so pay more attention. We can't afford too many races like that. From here, we can change the team that we're negotiating with. There's no rule saying you need to stay in the same seat forever. Selecting a team here only affects the negotiation.
So you can see the
actual
value
won't take place until the following race weekend.
And like I said, we're not going to tell you who we're picking or where we're going at this moment. You can kind of see that they've actually redone where everybody is in the standings wise, based on their performance and whatnot. So that's that. But for now, we'll see you guys next time, and that is when you will see who we will be driving with. So until then, see you next time.